Hey, good morning. Got some Elder Barge playing in the background today. I hope y'all can hear because I don't want to lose my ability to be monetized for having my ambience, but I need it. All right, so I'm at it again. In full transparency, I had to start over. Listen, if I looked at the wrong direction and it feels weird, I'm sorry. I'm in this space where I am going to take this opportunity to create, but I'm going to do it in a way that fits in my life and my mental health and everything else. I don't have the big fancy setup that I would like right now, but you know what? I just want to get started. So that's what I'm going to do. If you caught my live yesterday, what you are knowing is that I am totally into the K-beauty skincare thing. And I have been loving the process. Oh my God. I've been loving what the ingredients have been doing to my skin. They have been amazing. So now you're on this journey with me where I do like this modified 7 skin method while doing my actives. And so this morning you are going to get to see that again. But while we're doing it, we're going to talk a little bit about life, about things, about, I don't know, just stuff. And I hope that you have a conversation with me in the comments and, tell me what you think. Some days I'm going to modify it. Some days I'm not. I'm going to be reaching over here to the side to grab the products. And today I'm prepared. I'm going to have all my proper names, okay? And just so you know, I am an Amazon influencer. However, these products were purchased, they were not gifted to me by Amazon or any of the sellers. So these particular products I'm getting, I do have products that have been, but the ones that I'm actually getting ready to use, I use my hard-earned influencer money to reinvest and, try the stuff I want to try. So you can trust me. I'm not going to lie to you. And hell, even if it was gifted to me, you're still going to get my honest opinion. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, my love. I'm going to break out a song randomly. Show the love. Okay, so I'm going to start with this Aquel, that's how I pronounce it, 5.5 pH cleansing and pH balancing toner. Why? Because it's a K-beauty product, and my understanding is this is the secret. This is the glass skin secret. I use my hands. I don't mind if it get a little messy because I want to put it everywhere. And so with the 7 skin method, the idea is to go back in while everything is still wet so it can soak up all those good products, because you pay good money for it, whether it's $2, $10, or $200. It's your money. You want all the benefits from it, right? So that's one of the reasons why I use it. My very next step after my pH balancing. Now, it's been said in the 7 skin method, I am Randomly Ren, by the way, so that means I am a temporary skin influencer, and this is my current hyper focus. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a derm. Don't do what I do. I pay attention to my skin and do the right things and maybe still sometimes the wrong things. But this is just, skincare is subjective. Your methodology, your products, the steps you need to take is subjective. And I'm letting this dry while I'm talking. But anyway, with the 7 skin method, they say don't layer actives, okay? So this is the pore release blackhead with AHA, BHA, PHAs in it. And yeah, they say don't do that. And this is going to be the only step where this particular product isn't. I find it sensitive enough where I can still use it. And retinol and glycolic acid go great together. And on top of that, I feel like because of how retinol works, I just like to have this to kind of help combat any pimples or anything that come up. I've had this happen before right there and right here. Now this is like from 5 years ago. This is because after I started my skincare, and we talked about my under eye hollows. They're genetic. All I could keep doing is what I'm doing. It does look a little puffy, but I had a rough emotional night last night, so that could be wild, but they're all gonna be gone when we're done, okay? The reason I chose this particular process and these particular products, especially K-beauty, because it gives us the 2 things that we really like. We're such instant gratification people. And we want glass skin now. And this is actually one of the ways you can do it without tearing up your skin. Now, they all have very sensitive ingredients. With the K-beauty, the standard is it's a lifestyle. It's what you do. So it's like they're not trying to buff their skin into submission overnight. It's a process. It's steps. It's adding nutrients and hydrations and layers of hydrations. So now I'm getting ready to go in with my Beauty of Johnson ginseng essence water, which I really like. I'm gonna put this on. Now, if you are sensitive, of course, I'm definitely not going to suggest you go out and buy any of these right now and do this process. Buy one product at a time. This is stuff that's all been accumulated over time. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I don't get 4 new products at one time. I want to try them all. That's that Randomly Ren, that ADHD side of me that wants to do it. Right now, I'm getting ready to go in with the Alpha Arbutin 2% with hydroresorcinol, ferulic acid, and hyaluronic acid. This is to visibly reduce dark spots, which you do see that I have. So here, oh, I missed my forehead completely. Some people say don't do this. I've seen dermatologists say don't use the dropper on your face because you may do cross-contamination and bacteria. But let me tell you why that don't make sense to me. Because I literally start with a clean face. Like, yesterday I talked about, and you're probably never going to see my cleansing step. Because I do my cleansing step while I'm in my bath soak. Speaking of my bath soak, oh my God, I have discovered some K-Beauty body toners or lotions that they will call. And I have found such a hack to use those that just are amazing. I'm gonna take a second and let this Alpha Arbutin kind of along with that ginseng water, but it's amazing. And I have more supple. Let me know in the comments if you want to know what they are and if you want to use it. I can't give it all away on one video. I want a pretty setup to do this for y'all, so I need y'all to support and like the content. If you want to see that, let me know. I'm not gonna show y'all me in a tub, but if y'all want to know about those products and the hack that I found for that, I'm queen of hacks. Because I study a whole lot. I'm a big nerd. I love to know how products work so I can use them the way I want to use them. The way I use them now, I notice that when I go on to put on, I use like Gold Bond lotions and very thick emollient type lotions. My skin up all those good ingredients which you want. Like I said, whether you pay $2, $10, or $200, you want to get all the benefits that these products said that they have. I layer like 3 different lotions. I put them all in my hand, and then because one is a retinol with caffeine lotion that I use on my body. Sometimes it could take a while to soak in because it leaves sometimes a little greasy layer. It's soaking in, but it's not like the soak in that leaves your skin dry after it's soaked in. My skin is so freaking supple, and like not unhealthy supple. Like it feels great. Like I'm soft and I'm hydrated. I didn't realize there was a difference between moisturization and hydration. Moisture is topical, I feel, and hydration is internal. But mind blown. The difference in how my skin feels when it's both has moisture and hydration. Amazing. Now I'm gonna do something a little different here. I did do that Alpha Arbutin step. I'm gonna go in with another hydrating step. This is my urea. Now my next step is now this is the one I always struggle with the name of it, so I'm getting ready to get it for you right now because it's not on the bottle, unfortunately. It just says urea lotion, and of course if you're into K-Beauty, this is what lotion can sometimes looks like. And even fun fact, 7 Skin Method, the Korean word that they're using there is actually skin, but it's all about building up that skin barrier function. Okay, so this is my Sukaya Suhara Urea Moisture. I like to do this step right before I go in with my retinol step. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. I am not a dermatologist. My handle is called Randomly Ren because I have ADHD and I've had it all my life, and I would wonder why I would get so into stuff and then get bored and want to move on. I would even get jobs, go to school and build businesses, and then get bored and not want to do them anymore. Didn't know until the lovely kids of TikTok started educating me on these things. And now that they have educated me on these things, I now know. So I branded myself a temporary skinfluencer for a reason. And I'm going to do some unorthodox things here for a reason. And I'm being very clear about telling you this, because don't go tell nobody what Ren told you to do. I'm just telling you what I do. So I have been using retinol for a little while now. I have understand retinization, the retinol burn, the skin barrier things, and my step is specifically made pea-size amount of this Inky-less retinol scar mark wrinkle solution step, because I'm pushing 40, y'all, so I'm trying to combat any signs of aging. So this is a pea-size amount, but I'll put urea on here again because I'm good with it. I know what'll happen. I know what can happen. This has not caused any problems for me, and I both use it in my morning and my evening routine, along with my AHAs and my BHAs and my vitamin C. And I know you have watched some people who say don't use that, but you have to pay attention to the terminology. The terminology here is to minimize the bad experience of retinol. But something that I've also learned is that it's gonna happen too. From my understanding, I have my MD from YouTube University in this here stuff. I've watched a variety of dermatologists. I have seen the one that says start low and go slow. I don't go anywhere. And on top of that, I think the way that I do this kind of minimizes the inflammation and stuff. Like I said, I have war wounds. I have war wounds from this skincare battle. I got them. But this is how I choose to go. So I go in with that retinol serum. Again, the step is wait a little while before you're going in with that next step. So this is about my 10-minute, especially since I went with that alpha arbutin step in first. This works for me, and let me tell you how I know it works. Okay, don't do this, okay? There is an expectation when I started doing it this way that there would be a burn. This is how I knew the efficacy of my products, unfortunately, because they could put anything on the bottle. But I don't suggest that you do this way. Why? Because you're going to end up with that. You're going to end up with that. Then there's peeling here and peeling there, and your nose is crusty and dry. I'm telling you, it's a really bad thing to do. This is my do as I say, not as I do children moment, okay? All right? Don't do it. Do not do it. I do it because that's just a part of who I am. And I'm going to push things to the limit. However, I don't do anything I'm like my own little guinea pig, right? I'm like a scientist when it comes to these things. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of everything to educate myself on interactions. I read medical journals and papers and stuff like that. Now, don't ask me to repeat them for you off the top of my head, because I'm reading them for my knowledge. And once I get what I need, I'm like, bet, I can roll with it. And that's what I do. I roll with it. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this retinol some time to kind of soak in. Although, honestly, because of that urea layer on top, it's gone. My skin is dry. But it don't look dry, do it? Like, look at it. Like, I don't know. I wish I could show y'all that this is not wetness. This is moisture. I've heard some folks call it greasy. Wait until you put that bead on under this. It's not going to be considered greasy no more. I put a bead on yesterday over this, y'all. Amazing. I could have even did a little mattifying to it to balance it out, but it was gorgeous. I have to show y'all the pictures. And on top of that, it looks like that now. This step is still working. In fact, yesterday I went in immediately, and I actually think I'm really good with going in immediately because it's fine. This can also be considered slugging. However, there's no emollient, so I guess, I don't find I really need an emollient after this. I'm also in this Louisiana weather. Everything I have is full of humectants. I'm drinking all the water. I'm soaking all the water in the air. I do go over, with hydrating stuff as I go, but not all, I just use a nice moisturizer. I don't do a Vaseline or anything with ceramides in it. All right. I'm sorry if I'm looking at the wrong way. My next product is going to be Numbuzin 3, okay? Oh, I took the top off already. Numbuzin 3. I love this one. It smells so citrusy and hydrating. I like to go in with this after that just because, I don't know, it just feels good in my soul to go in with my Inky List Vitamin C. It is not a very strong vitamin C. It is not immediately active as soon as it touches the skin, and honestly, neither is my retinol. Am I seeing results from this? Yes. I go in with my 15% vitamin C and EGF serum from the Inky List. Why? Because that stuff smells like citrusy orange, and this could smell like meat a little bit. So that orange stuff just kind of cancels that out for me. I'm getting a little tiny tingle. I kind of like it. I know. Shh, don't tell nobody. I mean, y'all on this journey with me. Y'all gonna see the real. If I look worse after a while, y'all gonna know. If I look better, then hey, but life is short. Enjoy the ride. All right, so I'm just gonna give that a second to set in. You know what I've been thinking about lately? The parable of the talents. And it's so funny about this that I've been thinking about lately, and especially having everything to do with the persona that I'm choosing in this particular part of my life, Randomly Ren. But it tells of a master who's leaving his house to travel, and before leaving, he trusts his property to the servants. He well, I'll just, give it to you in everyday terms. He gave one $5,000. That's not the literal translation either, but one $5,000, and one $20,000. And the one who gave with the $1,000, he came back and was like, hey, so what'd you do with my money I gave you to hold? And he was like, oh, I held it, I wasn't trying to lose that. Then the other two servants, they actually did something with it. They invested it, and they actually gave him more than he gave them. And I've been thinking about that a lot in my life lately, and why I'm embracing myself on this ADHD journey, on this neurodivergent journey. Because I've been entrusted with many, many talents and this wonderful ability to learn anything as quickly. It's so fast how I learn. And I think, no, everybody doesn't get the opportunity to have this many passions in life. But I do. And I'm like, in the Christian faith, in believers, we are looking for Christ to come back, and we're looking for that day where we go back and meet our Creator and our source, and whatever you want to call them in your belief system, where you can look back and be like, bam, you gave me all of this, and look what I gave you. Even the stuff that maybe were meant to hinder me. Because honestly, I don't think that ADHD is a problem. I think the way the world is set up is a problem. But that's a whole nother live for a totally different day. All right. So the next thing I'm getting ready to go in is my Hada Lobo Tokyo. I love this Hada Lobo Tokyo in it. It's moisturizing ingredients, anti-hyaluronic, has collagen producing, and it has a retinol complex in it. But it's retinol palmitate, which is a less active form, and there are many formulations who have them both in it. All of these have been pH tested. My understanding is when the pH is right, then you're good. So this is kind of like a serum. I break all the rules, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not a defiant thing. It's not that at all. If it ain't gonna hurt nobody, maybe except for me, I can deal with hurting myself. And I've weighed the risk and the results. I go for it. But I saw in another formula where that worked. So I'm gonna do my day 3 of Inky List right here. Because I do a couple of things that I learned. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. Y'all going to tell me if my lips look delectable at some point, okay? Y'all are going to have to let me know, because I feel like I had to modify. I was supposed to post this yesterday, but I forgot it. But long story short, the first day I used it, I looked at it, it said lip balm. And of course, when you think lip balm, you think like hydrating moisture and things like that. And I'm gonna tell you, this is everything but for me. In fact, I almost feel like it dries my lips out a bit. So the first day, not only did I not follow the rules, was I being myself and not following the rules, but I was like, this is all I'm gonna use, because if I'm a plump, I'm a plump. And it's like by the end of the day, my lips felt so dry and they were burning a little. It's just all kind of stuff. And then I thought about it. And it's like it says lip balm, but the texture is more like a serum. The ingredients are more like a serum. And I'm like, I bet that if, just like with everything else that I'm putting on my face, that the fact that I'm having that experience is because there is something active happening there. So what, and it doesn't say in the instructions, it just says use 3 times a day regularly. So I'm like, it didn't say I couldn't use anything else to do any of my other routine. So because I was burning and stuff, I needed to do a little repair. So I'm actually getting ready now to go in with my Snow Mucin step and my Sika ampule step. Okay, I think this is my saving grace when it comes to A, that glass skin, and B, I just do 2 here. I do 1 of this because it's an ampule, not even a whole one, honestly. Why? Because I'm getting ready to go in with my tripeptide. This has been working for me. My lips have stayed moisturized. I still feel the little tingle at times, and they say put a pea-sized amount. Like, all the instructions are that of a serum, but the title, lip balm, could throw you off. But word to Ren, do not use this as a lip balm. So I'm just gonna wait a little while and let that settle before I'm gonna go in. It's a night mask, but whenever I do that, I go ahead and use my night mask. And there you have it. That's my daytime routine. And this is wonderful to put on under makeup. This is after I've done my long soak and have moisturized my body, got my music on, and listen to everything. I've been doing 2 times a day, so my lips are staying moisturized and hydrated. I still feel that tingling. Now, it's not peeling. It's not red. It's not doing any of the things that feels like or would appear as allergic reaction. I trust and believe if I had the Hitch lips, well, was it his lips? It's not the Martin Lawrence thing. If I had gotten any of that, y'all would have known. I would have taken pictures and shown it to y'all. But it's none of that. So I feel like what I'm experiencing as tingling and even drying is the fact that I've placed an active ingredient on the thin layers of my lips. And because the lips is, it was yesterday's tip, but the lips are actually more sensitive than your vajayjay. Did you know that? It is literally the most sensitive part of your body. I'm actually going to my lip care facts right now. But that was yesterday lip tip of the day. But today's lip tip is going to be, come on, I should be more organized. I love this song, Far Away by Marsha. Okay, wait a minute. The color of your lips is determined by the amount and type of melanin in them. I guess that's a big dub. But yeah, I'm done with my skincare routine. My skin is dry. My lips are hydrated. Just a little bit. And it could be the other products. So sometimes that's my very last step. Give it some help. And then do my, it's in the daytime. It's summer, Louisiana. This is normally all I need. I'm normally good after this. I get that soft, supple feeling, that nice glow. And I'm good. All right, so that's it. This was Randomly Ren's morning skincare and random conversations. I hope that you got something out of it. What you doing with those talents? I don't care if they seem unrelated. I don't care if people tell you that you should do something and stick with it. I don't care. I'm in a season of don't care. I am all out of the F-bombs in this particular season. I'm doing what God put on the inside of me, and only I know what he put on the inside of me, and people can try and put their own spin or narrative on it, but it doesn't really matter. I have